Almost the entire Buffalo Bills squad showed up to OTAs today. Star Lotulelei just so happens to be one of the players that wasn't there, and is AJ Epenesa on the verge to have a breakout second season. All coming up on today's edition of the Bills Mafia Report. Yo ho ho, Bills Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Bills Mafia Report. And the second week of OTAs just ended up kicking off today. And there really wasn't a lot of news, to be honest with you. We're starting to get into that time of the year where certain storylines called defensive end of the Denver Broncos says that he is quote unquote feeling good. That's making news. That's really just goes to show you how absolutely terrible this is for any type of news NFL content creator. But I did go on ahead and try and pull some sound bites and some interviews that we ended up getting from Jordan Poyer, Dion Dawkins to explain a little bit of what is going on. Before I get into all of the stories, I do want to give just a couple of regular announcements. Number one, I'm giving away either a PS5 or an Xbox Series X on July 2nd, my 30th birthday. In order to enter, all you need to do is be a subscriber to this YouTube channel, screenshot proof of that, and then DM that screenshot over to me on Instagram at RealDanMitchell, and voila, you are entered into the contest. And might as well follow me on Instagram as well, because that's where I will be exclusively announcing the winner. So whatever you do, pause this video and go sign up and have a chance of winning a next-gen console. Number two, I just started my very own Discord server, the Bills Mafia community. It is an awesome chat room filled with Bills fans, other NFL fans, where you can essentially talk football, you can talk about other teams, and you even have an opportunity of being able to be a call-in representative when it comes to my live streams. You can call me, you can talk, you can express your worries, do whatever. Discord's going to be the only place you can do that. So do me a favor, hit the link in my description and be a part of the Bills Mafia community. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed in that. Last but not least, so many of you always ask me, Dan, how can I support your channel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the best possible way is simply by smashing the out of that like button. But say you ever want to go the extra mile, joining and becoming a member of my YouTube channel is the best way to do it. And you can find that button right next to the hopefully grayed out subscribed button right over there. There's a bunch of super cool tiers. It gives you priority with call-ins during my live shows. And I'm working on giving some more benefits as well. So say that that's your cup of tea. Go on ahead and join. If not, just you better like this video right now. All right, Bills Mafia. First story that really ended up coming out today was the Buffalo Bills ended up having a very, very impressive showing to OTAs for the second week. Obviously, there were a couple of players that didn't show up during the first week, most notably Stefon Diggs. But as you can see, Dude Man is currently thriving in Orchard Park, working with his team and getting ready in 2021. These are actually the list of players that did not end up showing up, and they include Jerry Hughes, Mario Addison, Vernon Butler, Star Lotulelei, Mitch Morse, Darrell Williams, and Taiwan Jones. Really, when I look at these names, I do understand that all of these guys have something in common. They are veterans, and they are on the older side of the veterans. Vast majority of them are on the twilight of their career. Wouldn't necessarily be worried about this, especially since OTAs are completely voluntary. Objectively, the only person I think that we should be worried about would be Star. And that was a couple of days ago, which essentially goes into our next story moving forward, and that goes with Star Lotulelei. As you can see, Star did not end up showing up to OTAs, and if it wasn't for this video right here of Star looking like a animal, training and getting ready for the 2021 season, I may be a little worried, but it does appear that Dude Man has been making the appropriate preparations after taking an entire year off, and seems to be thriving, rather. Several teammates have actually ended up pointing out the importance of what Star Lotulelei brings to the defensive line, and Jordan Poyer had this to say about Star.
You know, they did a good job. As far as a Star, man, you know, that's why he is who he is. You know, he goes very selfless player. Doesn't care about the limelight, doesn't care about the statistics, man. You're going to go hold double teams all day and let you go get over the top and make a play. That's just the type of player he is. And so, yeah, he is definitely missed, but I know, he's getting right and getting ready for the season, and we can't wait to see him.
And I personally thought that was eloquently put by Jordan Poyer. Really, at the end of the day, as you guys know, the absence of star Lotulelei, when it came down to our defensive line, was not having that true one tech that could eat up those double teams and really be able to unleash some of our better pass rushers to cause pressure on the quarterback, and even run stuffing as well. What Jordan said, he hit the absolute nail on the head, and I'm really hoping that Star can come back into mandatory training camp into the 2021 season and absolutely dominate. But as far as the video I made a couple of days ago saying that we should be worried, scratch that shit. Your boy was just being paranoid. Last but not least, we end up getting a pretty interesting interview from Dion Dawkins, the Snowman, baby, okay? And he did end up bringing up a couple of interesting points. Number one, I did want to sort of discuss a little bit about on the overall offensive line. So there was no question whatsoever that the Buffalo Bills had a very difficult time in run blocking, or maybe it was the running back, who knows. And Dion Dawkins ended up saying that he believed a lot of the reason why the run game faltered a lot had to do with the offensive line, because they ended up transitioning their entire goal into pass protection, and a lot of that ended up hurting the run game. But good news, it does appear that the offensive line has been working on strengthening run blocking while at the same time not destroying the progress that they made in the pass blocking game. Because if you watched any game last year, our offensive line did a hell of a job in that category. Last thing he was talking about was AJ Epenesa, right? Dude man ended up saying this about the second-year defensive end coming into the league. I can physically feel the difference. He's not a feather anymore. Essentially saying that AJ Epenesa, let's just say that Dude man's been getting thick over the offseason, putting on some muscle and really stepping into his own when it comes into his second year in the NFL with the Buffalo Bills organization. Now, with any team that needs an absolute stud at defensive end and a team that is requiring pass rush more than anything, if AJ Epenesa makes this happen, this is going to be where it's all said and done. And do me a favor and leave a comment. What do you think about all of these stories, whether or not that it's AJ Epenesa, Star Lotulelei coming back or getting back in shape, and then overall the Buffalo Bills showing that they are ready to compete by having near stellar attendance in the second week of OTAs. Bills Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the Bills Mafia Report. As always, I will see you tomorrow, and before I let you go, always remember, let's go Buffalo.